And good afternoon, USFLers. We are about to live broadcast of the second half action for Atlanta Falcons at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Get set to do that now. Let's go ahead and share the screen out. Let's see. Mm, Oh, there it is. Oh, that's not what we need. We are looking for here. So 17-7 is our score. Let's go ahead and post that the is live out there, shall we? Um, got that posted right there. And we'll put the link here in case anybody does care to join. All right, Falcons and Buccaneers live. And we're back to full screen. Nobody's in. Let's go ahead and take a look at our game. So 17-7 is our score here. Atlanta looking good on the road. Key play. Second quarter with Atlanta up 10-7. Tom Brady, a flat pass right on his card. 2-3 interception on flat was picked off by Dante Fowler and returned 38 yards for an interception and a big touchdown that has them up by 10 points here. You can see the box score here. That was at the 6:36 mark when Dante Fowler did that. Also notice that 74 yards rushing to just 15. Atlanta's winning the rushing game, which is not expected considering the excellent run defense that Tampa has rated and the poor or very poor one in Atlanta. But we all know there's a lot that goes into that, and cards is just occasion. There's a run stuff for Cordell Patterson going nowhere, and that's going to force an Atlanta punt. Week 2 action here in the USFFL. I was available to broadcast the whole game, but as you know, I've been sick the first couple weeks here, and I figured my voice could probably only take about a half a football. So here's a coffin corner punt and a nice one. Atlanta pinning the Buccaneers deep at their own 3-yard line at the 8-minute mark here, basically in the third quarter. And Tom Brady will take over there. Going to a 3 wide receiver set. Brady out of the shotgun in his own end zone with the line of scrimmage at the 3. Fournette's at his side. And a 3-3-5 showing blitz by the Falcons. So you got to wonder about, safety here would be dangerous. Wonder how much they'd be willing to throw, but they are in the 3 wide receiver set. Here's a quick slant over the middle, open zone, and Gronkowski, it's incomplete. That went to his card, and with no man in the zone, result of receiver, that's exactly what the defense was looking for. So 2nd and 10. Good break for the Falcons. Looking at the Falcons card, there's no blitz to speak of. 5 rated blitzers best defensively. They're going to stay in that 3-3-5 blitz. Brady, 30 passes in the first half here, it looks like. Oh, we've got a flat pass, no men again, and this one's a long gain, 35 yards on that play. Looks like it was cut off at 23 yards. For Leonard Fournette, that's his longest, but that gets you out of the shadow of your goalpost. And it's 1st and 10 Buccaneers at their 26. Buccaneers come into this game 0-1. They lost to Dallas in their opening week. Atlanta Falcons, they come in 1-0. Falcons slip by it. There's a deep ball, and that's caught all the way down to the 11-yard line. A 63-yard completion on long pass, no men. Chris Godwin goes over 100 yards receiving. And just like that, Tampa deep into the Atlanta red zone. So 2 is a 23-yarder on flat pass, no men hits long gain, and then a long pass, no men. And there's a 4-yard completion to Lenny Fournette. He's got 8 catches now. Fournette's going to be a player you expect to get balls, as he is safer from double team. Although in the red zone, not always is true. Second and 6 at the 7. Back to pass. Looking for Gronkowski again, and it's incomplete. An 8 on the quarterback card. So we've got a 3rd and 6 at the 7. Buccaneers trail by 10. So a field goal still cuts it to one score. They're staying in the 3 wide receiver set. All right, still showing full screen, just making sure. Falcons showing blitz out of the nickel. Big play in this game with a 10-point lead. And it's a run keying him. What a gutsy call defensively. And it's still going to be a 4-yard pickup on the defensive card with 2 linebackers there. And so that's going to be 4th and 2 at the 3-yard line, trailing by 10. We'll see what Coach Trivelpiece wants to do. Vince Trivelpiece, his first year coaching the Buccaneers here, had been with the Vikings for many years that I recall. And the Falcons also with a new coach this year, Dan Marin, in his second game in his return to the USFFL. As we referenced earlier, he slipped by the Eagles in week 1. 4th and 2 at the 3. We're still looking to see if Coach Trivelpiece is inclined to go for this. I'm not sure I would. I think I would probably kick too enticing for me to get that to a one-score game. But then again, Atlanta does have a very bad run defense. Let's see, the official rating being poor. So they're poor against the run, very poor against the pass. So you can understand if he wants to go for it. Still have a decision to be made here. Looks like Vince is taking his time, and he's going to go for it. And going into his version of a full house, 3 running backs, 2 tight ends. O.J. Howard and Gronkowski are the bookends. 3-4 formation showing blitz by the defense. Big 4th and 2 call here. Lenny Fournette just 9 carries for 19 yards in this game, struggling against what should be a porous run defense. Dice always a factor in strat, as we know. Let's see what the call here is by Trivelpiece. And he's going to throw it to Ronald Jones into the end zone. Not the best pass catcher, but a good way to avoid a double team. Brady on his card, touchdown. And that's going to be good. Double team on that time to both tight ends, O.J. Howard and Gronkowski. So probably a good choice by Trivelpiece to target the halfback. And he's going to touchdown here. Extra points good. There is a flag. Let's see that sort out. And that's a holding call against the kicking team, Tampa Bay. So they're going to take that on the kickoff. So the extra point's good. Falcons up 17-14. And on the heels of that penalty, there's a kickoff that's going to be taken out. Should have been 8 yards returned. A 22-yard return out to the 24-yard. And that's where the Falcons will take over. 48 to go here in the 3rd quarter. So we've got a close one. Inside run once again, Cordell Patterson here on 1st down. And that's a pickup of 4 on his card. As we referenced, Tampa Bay rated excellent against the run. So very difficult to pick up yards on their card. I'd have to say, based on the yardage they've put on the ground so far, Atlanta must be hitting hard on the run game. And running up the middle again to Cordell Patterson, 5 more on his card. Again, so 3rd down and 1. A couple of safe calls there for Coach Marin. And on 3rd down and 1, he's going to go to a 3 wide receiver set. So he'll split it out wide on short yardage. Buck staying in the 3-4. Wow, all the injuries are on Tampa Bay. Vita Vea, I wondered why I was seeing a 0 there over nose tackle. William Golston, Anthony Nelson, and Ryan Jensen. Wow, big injuries. There's a 1-yard run and a 1st down. Matt Ryan sneaks it. 3 runs, 10 yards, move the chains. Falcons at their own 36. They'll stay in the wide out or in the split set. 3 wide outs, 1 halfback. Kyle Pitts is in the slot. And it's an inside run to Cordero Patterson. He's keyed this time, nothing doing. And it's 2nd down and 10. And that's going to be another run here. Cordell Patterson picking up just 2 yards. Left guard could not make the block. That makes it 3rd down and 8. And Cordero Patterson has now reached his fatigue level with the entire 4th quarter still to go. So a good time for me to break out the backup running back team. Let's see what we've got here in Atlanta. I say backup, but Mike Davis, 138 carries on the year. He should have some carries left. 3rd and 8. Atlanta at their own 38. 4 wide receivers are splitting out. Bucks are going to sit in the dime here. And it's a draw, inside run draw to Mike Davis, staying on the ground. Dan Marine playing it conservative, but it's a fumble. Matt Ryan can't control the snap. It's on the ground. And that's recovered by the offense. Let's see if he wants to pick it up. It'd be quite a bit to think he's going to get a 1st down here. And he's going to fumble it again. It's right back on the ground. Falcons tried to pick it up, and this time they're not getting it back. That's going to be recovered by Tampa Bay, and they're going to try to advance it and just lose a yard. So all that nets out to a turnover, a fumbled snap by Matt Ryan, 2nd one of the 2nd half that I've seen. And that's the 3rd turnover in the game for the Falcons. Doing a good job trying to keep Brady and the Bucks close. So they take over now, the Bucks do, at the Atlanta 36-yard line. So they're already on the fringe of field goal range, trailing by 3. Still a minute 30 here left in the 3rd quarter. 3 wide receivers split out for the Bucks. Fournette's the tailback in the deep eye. Brady under center. Falcons continue to show safety blitz. They're showing a blitz out of a 3-4 here. It's an off tackle to Lenny Fournette, and Fournette hitting a short gain on his card on a 3. That's what he wants to see, and that's 14 yards down to the 22-yard line. Fournette was struggling through this game, 9 carries, 19 yards, but finally breaks through with his best run of the game, 14 yards on that one. Formation's the same here again. 3 wide receivers with Fournette. Tight end Cameron Brake in front of him in that I formation. And I believe multiple fumbles here. 4 fumbles, 3 lost. And we have a 7-yard loss. He took a pitch out and he was keyed. So Falcons trying to stick to the run, showing commitment, but the Bucks defense staying on run defense a lot. 2nd and 17, short pass to Rob Gronkowski, and that is intercepted. Brady on his card again. A 2-4 pick is intercepted. And a little short return of 4 yards. That is twice in this game. Brady, I've seen interceptions, both of them on his card on right. One was a 2-3 flat. This one was a 2-4 short. Falcons pick them both. And that's going to put an end to that drive. So that'll keep the Falcons on top by 3 points, 17-14. Possibly the final play, just 18 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Falcons coming out in a 2 tight end formation. Little sideline pass, Cordero Patterson out of the backfield. Snap fumble. Matt Ryan has it on the ground again on the very first play. This time he picks it up. Let's see if Dan tries to advance it again. He does. And it's another fumble. And this time the Bucks have it. Wow. The Bucks try to advance it and go nowhere. So just like last time, really, what an amazing sequence of events. Now, first thing I'm curious about, did he count that as two fumbles? It was. It was counted as two fumbles since he picked it up and fumbled it again. Six fumbles in the game, four fumbles lost for Atlanta. I have to tell you, everybody sees this differently. I'm not criticizing. I'm always very nervous about picking up a fumble. When I get that possession back, in most cases, I like to drop on that thing. That's just me. Coach Dan Marin pointing out that's three snap fumbles with 8.5 in 1,000 chance each time. Yep. Dice are there, though. Dice always have their say. They have saved me games and cost me games. So Bucks have it 1st and 10 right now at the 22-yard line of Atlanta. And that was the final play, by the way, of the third quarter. So we go to the final quarter here at Raymond James Stadium. Bucks still trailing the Falcons at home by a score of 17-14. They're going to split out three wide receivers. Falcons continue to show blitz with their safety up close. Back to passes Brady. He's short to Mike Evans. Falcons D was double teaming the other wideout, Chris Godwin. And forget Mike Evans. Brady's flushed out of the pocket. He's looking for another receiver, and he's got it. There's a nice pickup of 7 yards. It was 0 men on the defensive card. So in that regard, 7 yards is not your best result at all. But at the same time, it's a good pickup on first down. 2nd down and 3 now into the Atlanta red zone at the 15-yard line. Three wide receivers, one halfback. Defense will sit in the nickel on 2nd and 3. They're showing blitz again. Unless I'm mistaken, that's been in every play position for the Falcons defense. They're going to key Fournette, but it's a quick slant. Gronkowski, he's got it over the middle, 9 yards. 6 on the white dice converted that to 0 men. A 9-yard pickup makes it 1st and goal at the 6. They're going to split out three wide receivers and go to the shotgun. Lenny Fournette's back there with Brady. Defense showing blitz out of the nickel. We'll see if he might run this up the middle. Defense is guessing run, but it's a short pass into the end zone. Mike Evans touchdown. And the Bucks take the lead. Now up 20-17. Extra point pending. Suckup drills it. And with 13 and a half minutes left in this game, Bucks have taken the lead at home. They're up now 21-17. So I've noticed both defenses very willing to call run in potentially passing situations. Although 1st and goal at the 6, I don't know we call that a passing situation, but it is Brady. We got a touchback, and the Falcons are going to take over at their 25-yard line. So, the Atlanta Falcons, for losing 4 fumbles in this game, they're still in it, only down by 4. Tampa has outgained Atlanta 325 to 254 in this game. Mike Davis just 4 carries on the game so far. So back to our prior point with Cordero Patterson fatigued going into the fourth quarter. There's still plenty of carries to use out of Mike Davis. Mike Davis, not the threat Cordero Patterson is, but he can get the job done if he can keep it on his card. And here's our formation as the Falcons set up now for their latest possession. 1st and 10 at the 25, 3 wide receivers split out. Bucks out of the nickel. Defense gets his pass, but it's a run up the middle. Mike Davis, just a pickup of 2 yards. As for the second time in this half, the left guard, Jalen Mayfield, unable to make the block. He's a 4. On those 2 runs, he needed to be a 6. So 2nd and 8. That third wide receiver's coming off. It's Kyle Pitts coming in as a 2 tight end formation with Hayden Hurst. Run up the middle again. Mike Davis, 4 yards on his card. And that'll set up 3rd down and 4. Two tight end formation again. Defense in the nickel out of the 3-4. And they'd be excellent against the runs, but injuries have that front reading 4-0-0 across that defensive front. So it's possible they'll run up the middle, and they do right up the middle, but he's keyed, and Mike Davis is stuffed, of course. Another good call by the defense as Vince correctly predicts the run on 3rd down, gets the stop, to force a punt from Atlanta. And it's a good one. That's a 50-yarder by Morstead, taken at the 20, and a nice return there, 13 yards by Kenyon Barner. And at the 11:24 mark, Buccaneers with a 4-point lead and the ball. Bucks fell behind in this game by 10 points on the strength of a pick 6 from Dante Fowler. But they've scored the last 14 points in this game to get back in it. And here's an inside draw to Lenny Fournette out of the shotgun. Defense was guessing pass. Fournette goes to the defensive card, and he goes nowhere as the misfortune for the Tampa running game continues to shine here. It's goes to the defensive card instead of Lenny's card. Nose tackle needed to be a 4, and he was, and got the stop on the defensive card. So 2nd down and 10. Now we're passing. There's a good completion, 11 yards and a 1st down. Antonio Brown with his 4th catch moves the chains. Tampa out to the 44 now. Three wide receivers are going to split out. It's now Ronald Jones back in the eye. Falcons continuing to hint at pressure with the safety up close showing blitz. They're guessing pass, all out blitz, but it's an end run around the edge, and that's going to be a 5-yard pickup. With a man in the zone, it did go to the defensive card, but a 5 on the white die beats the 0-rated linebackers on the edge. Ronald Jones, his first carry, gets 5 yards, and it's 2nd and 5 Tampa. On 2nd down, they're both showing same formation, and it's an off-tackle run again. Ronald Jones, 5 yards more, this time on his card, and a 1st down. Out to the 46-yard line. Plenty of time left here. 9 minutes, 18 seconds to go. 1st and 10, back to 3 wide receivers. Defense showing blitz out of the nickel. Defense gets his pass, but once again we're running. This is an inside run draw to Lenny Fournette. Just a pickup of 1 yard on his own card. Obviously, that means he did not hit his number there, which has been a common theme. Fournette now 13. It's just 27 yards against a poor run defense. 2nd and 9 at the Atlanta 45. Three wide receivers, defense showing nickel blitz again. They're going to key Fournette, but it's a pass. Little dump out to the side to Cameron Brate, and that's 8 yards. Not quite enough for a first down, but a good pickup sets up third and short. Third down and 1 now for the Buccaneers at the 37-yard line of Atlanta. Not a good deep kicker, just 2 to 3 from this range. So you got to think this is probably 4-down territory here for the Bucks. They're going to go 2 tight ends with 3 running backs. So a heavy formation for Tampa on 3rd and 1. And I got to think against that struggling that run defense that should be poor, I'd still want to run right into it. We'll see what Vince does. Short yardage defense is the call, but it's a flat pass and incomplete. As it goes to the defensive card, you get the benefit of 2 men in the zone and automatic incompletion. So 4th down and 1. And we're about to find out whether Vince agrees that this is 4-down territory. Just over 8 minutes to go here. Tampa up 20. They have the ball 4th and 1 at the 37, and they are indeed going to go for it. Right back to that 3 running back formation, 2 tight ends. Defense sitting in the 3-4, and for the first time that I can recall, the safety is not showing blitz. Waiting to see the play call here on this big 4th and 1. And here's the call. It's a key on time. It's an off tackle to Ronald Jones. It's still, how do we get it? It's a -1. He did not convert. So we have it going to the defensive card. I guess I'm a little confused. It converted it to 2 linebackers. I guess it was short yardage. I'd have to look at it again. But it is a -1 with 2 linebackers in the off tackle zone. Even though it was a draw to back when the key was on quarterback, regardless, they understand the rules better than I do sometimes. That is a big 4th down stop by the Atlanta defense. Wow. They take over now at their own 38. And on their first play, we've got a little sideline pass and a good one, 14-yard pickup. Matt Ryan to Cordero Patterson out of the backfield. He gets the yak rating to capitalize for a 14-yard pickup. I stand corrected, just 13 yards. Cordero Patterson now 7 catches, 114 yards receiving in this game. 1st and 10 across midfield now at the Tampa 49. And here's a square in pass. And that's complete for 7 more yards. Right back to Cordero Patterson, his 8th catch. So both of these teams focusing a lot on the tailback in the passing game to avoid that double team from the linebacker, I guess. And here's a deep ball. Looking deep, and that's complete. That is a 31 up. Matt Ryan hooks up with Cordero Patterson. 3 consecutive completions to Cordero Patterson, including that deep ball. And it is 1st and 10. Falcons at the yard line. 6 minutes and 18 seconds to go. Boy, the Falcons get a big 3rd and 1 stop, a big 4th and 1 stop, and then hammer 3 straight passes to Cordero Patterson, and they are knocking on that doorstep. The key to Mike Davis on the defense, but it's a button hook to Mike Davis. 10-yard completion down to the 1-yard line. 1st and goal. Matt Ryan marches right down the field to the 1-yard line on 4 consecutive passes. He's 18 of 24 for 220. 1st and goal at the 1. Falcons coming out on the full house. Falcons trying to resume the lead. Inside run, Cordero Patterson. They were keying on the quarterback. Touchdown, Cordero. And that's going to go ahead and put the Falcons on top here, 23-21. Extra point by Younghoe Koo is right through the uprights, and it's going to be a field goal lead here, 24-21. Ensuing kickoff, a nice one, just didn't quite get to the end zone for the touchback, only returned 18 yards. So the Bucs are going to start inside their 20. 1st and 10 at the 19. Tom Brady trailing by 3 points at home, just over 5 minutes. 5:06 left to go in this game. So it looks like we're going to have a nice tight finish here from Raymond James Stadium. Brady back to pass on 1st down. He's looking for Gronkowski, and it's incomplete. Brady on his card. Hit the 4. All the completions are around that number, so an unfortunate roll. It's 2nd down and 10. Vince will keep his Buccaneers in a 3 wide receiver formation. Nickel showing blitz for the Falcons. And it's a deep ball to Antonio Brown. He is doubled. And incomplete. There is a flag, and let's see who it's on. That is a pass interference call, a huge penalty on the Bucs. Or I'm sorry, on the Falcons. I apologize. And that's going to get the Bucs all the way out to their own 43-yard line on a 1st down. So the Falcons defense correctly double-teamed the right receiver. Both teams under 60 yards total in penalties. So it hasn't been a huge factor, although that's certainly an impactful flag in this situation. 4.5 minutes to go. Trail by 3. They're at their own 43-yard line. Three wide receivers split out. Brady out of the shotgun. Lenny Fournette is at his side. Nickel showing blitz by the Falcons defense. Dan Marin been showing that safety up close all game long. And it's going to be a screen pass to Lenny Fournette. He did pick the zone with no man there. So we got an open zone opportunity. Lenny Fournette has a +4 and the yak. Pick up a long gain. Here goes Lenny Fournette as he is loose. Let's see where he goes. Oh, that's right. He gets capped at a 23-yard completion. That would have been inside the 5-yard line, but he gets the 23-yard completion. He does not get out of bounds. 1st and 10 now. Bucs at the 34-yard line of Atlanta. Under 4 minutes to go now. Lenny Fournette with his 9th catch and 95 yards. As both Dan Marin and Vince Tribblepiece continue to hammer their tailbacks in the passing game. All 3 timeouts for both of these teams. Here's an inside run draw to Lenny Fournette on 1st down, but the defense gets run, so that's keyed. And that's going to be -1. He hit a 7 on his card, so if it was on wrong, that would have been a short Fournette, but it just has not been that kind of game for Lenny Fournette. 14 carries, 1.9 per carry average. 2nd down and 11 at the Atlanta 35. Remember, Bucs kicker, terrible at that long range. He's got to get it down closer to that 32 to get that reasonable shot. Oh, and here's by the defense and a big one. It was a short pass intended to Godwin, but he was doubled, and that extra time to change to a different receiver was all the defense needed. Sacked by Tyler Davison, his 1st of the game. Loss of 4 yards, and here's a big 3rd and 15 at the Atlanta 39. He needs 7 yards to get to that legit field goal range of a 2 to 8. He probably needs, 5 or 6 yards to get the prayer of the variable. Here's a slant to Gronkowski. He's double teamed. It does go to the car complete. It was defender and an opportunity at the 15 yards. He would have had the 15 he needed, but it was a good double team by Coach Dan Marin, and that makes it 4th and 15 at the Atlanta 39. 2:24 to go. Bucks down by 3. All 3 timeouts. What do you do from here? It's a 2 to 3 field goal only if you get that variable of +2. And 15 yards is hard to convert. You could cough and corner. This is a tough decision if you're the Bucks. I almost think I'd go for it. And he is. 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. Fournette's beside Brady, who's in the shotgun. The defense is going to sit in the dime. All those double teams, you need 15 yards. I don't know that Brady on his card is going to have that +15. I might be looking to hit a flat and find some yak. Yeah, Brady on right is best as a +13. You could try to get that defender rating on the defensive card. Position huge. Clutch sack. I've seen these defenses both keying and double teaming consistently and doing it well. These are not been defenses in this game that have just been sitting on their heels in base formations. They've been moving safeties, they've been doubling, they've been busy. We're still waiting for the play call here. Again, Falcons lead by 3, 2:24 to go. Bucks going for 15 at the Atlanta 39-yard line. Coach Trivelpiece taking his time to make this call. And it's going to be a slant to Gronkowski again, and he's doubled again. So I have a hard time thinking this is going to break through. We'll see what happens. Maybe a dump. It's a nope. It's a result of receiver on the defensive card. That's incomplete. Falcons take over, and so here we are, folks. Falcons have dodged many bullets, and they are now with possession. 1st and 10 at their own 39. 2:06 to go in this contest. Going to try to run out the clock. Both teams have the full complement of 3 timeouts each. Blocking back 4 minutes. They're going to pass. A little dump pass and incomplete. So, if you're looking to run the clock, although it was 2:06, I get the call because we have now reached the 2-minute warning. That was incomplete on the receiver's card to Lee Smith, and it's 2nd down and 10. 2 tight end formation. Bucks are going to position themselves in the nickel defense. Here's a key on the running back, but it's a quick slant over the middle to Kyle Pitts. He's got it. 1st down and more. Pickup of 16 yards and a 1st down out to the cross midfield, actually, and all the way to the Tampa Bay 45-yard line. And the Bucks are going to use their first timeout. So 2 timeouts left for Tampa. 1:52 to go. 1st and 10 at the 45. Short yardage defense, and they're dialing up deep. Matt Ryan, he's going long, and he's got it. 1st down completion to Olamide Zacharias, 33 yards. So Dan Marin going pass strong, heavy, like he did on the drive before, expecting that run defense. And he went bold, and he's gotten paid off. 1st and 10 at the Tampa 12. Tampa takes their 2nd timeout. And I would think you could, I'd have to do the math. You probably can't quite take a knee all the way through here on 1st and 10. He calls 1 timeout. I think you'd end up, if you want to take 3 knees, kicking a field goal with maybe 8 or 9 seconds left. I think you got to try to play for the touchdown here. I don't know. We'll see what he does. 2 tight end formation. 3-4 shown as defense by the Bucks. Upset alert here at Raymond James Stadium. And I just saw a message that says user dropped, which has me hoping that that was another spectator that dropped. Maybe I dropped. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this game reset up. Give me a second here. All right, we are back live. And here's an inside run up the middle. Mike Davis, there's a penalty. Let's see what that is. Offsetting penalty, so wipe that off. Boy, and they don't replace the time on the clock. I think that works to Atlanta's favor. All those snap fumbles by Matt Ryan in this game had to make you nervous. Tampa down to their last timeout. Two tight ends. I got to believe you are running here. It's not. It's a short pass to Kyle Pitts. Interesting call again. Flushed out of the pocket. Matt Ryan looking for a secondary receiver. He's got it on the defensive card. 0 men in the zone. It's incomplete. It was actually a -4 on the tailback's card. And so that saves clock. An interesting call. Boy, kind of a surprise. Second down and 10. That preserves Tampa's last time out and really keeps them alive in this game. I'd have to do the math, but I think if you can avoid the snap fumble, take a couple knees, that might have been it. They're passing again. Key on Mike Davis, but it's a square in over the middle. And that's going to be 12 yards. Touchdown, Falcons. Wow, gutsy calls here, but he gets the work done and gets into the end zone. Extra point pending. Falcons now up 30-21. Younghoe Koo puts it through. Your commissioner's a poet, and he didn't even know it. Falcons take a 10-point lead, 31-21. Here comes the ensuing kickoff. Taken at the 4-yard line, and Jalen Darden takes it out to the 30. So here's our situation. Falcons looking about to close this one out, probably. Up by 10, 31-21, looking for an upset on the road. Bucks, a minute 7 left, one timeout. Have the ball at their own 30. Falcons sitting in the dime. 3 wide receivers is your formation. 3 wide receivers are doubled, including Mike Evans. That was who he was targeting on a deep ball, but Vert flushed out of the pocket, and he can't find anybody. That's incomplete out to the sideline. 10, now just 60 seconds left in this game. Looks like we're still showing full screen, just making sure. Here's another deep ball to Mike Evans. He's double teamed, and it's on the quarterback card. Complete anyway. Brady hits the completion on his card double team. That's a pickup of 27 to the Atlanta 43-yard line. 45 seconds left. Wonder if he is going to do the first. That was Brady's 30th completion. Now 30 for 49, 373, and 3 touchdowns. Falcons stay in the dime. It's again deep ball, Mike Evans. It's again a double team successfully, but flushed out of the pocket. Brady looks for a different target. It's on his card. Possible pick, intercept. I'm sorry, incomplete. Incomplete. My apologies. Third down and 10. 37 seconds left. Let's go ahead and get a message out to the coaches. There's a short pass, Brady, incomplete. And that's going to set up fourth down and 10, just 30 seconds left. And another incompletion. So that's going to do it. Falcons take over. It should be a matter of just taking a couple knees. And that's it. Your final score from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. The Falcons come in the upset 31-21. Big game for Cordero Patterson, who scored a couple of touchdowns in the final 6 minutes of this game. And let's take a look here. Coaches are congratulating one another. Vince definitely has to go. Bucks outgained the Falcons 399 to 381. But the winner in this one is Coach Dan Marin and his Atlanta Falcons. We'll give him a second here, see if he wants to podcast. Falcons 2-0. And the Bucks 1-2. Just going to give it a second here, see if Dan wants to show up. And let's also take a look real quick. I'm curious. Let's get that box score from this one. Like I said, Cordell Patterson, just a big game. 18 carries, 61 yards. Not a great average there, 3.4. One touchdown rushing. But he also had 10 catches for 164 yards and a touchdown. So definitely, Cordero Patterson was the man for the Falcons in this game. Probably one of the biggest storylines is the Buccaneers' inability to capitalize on what is a poor rated run defense. As Lenny Fournette on the ground, 14 carries, just 26 yards. And there's a lot of things that have to go wrong for you to get that kind of an average against that kind of a run defense, but that's what happened. Early big play that kept the Falcons afloat in the first half. 38-yard interception return. Dante Fowler picking off a flat pass and taking it to the house. But it looks like, unless I'm mistaken, I don't think Dan's going to show up. Let's go ahead and just do a couple more team stats here. Wow. Here's one place where this game was won and lost. The Falcons were 4 of 9 on third downs for 44% and 1 for 1 on fourth down. The Buccaneers were 1 for 9 on third down. They converted just one third down the whole game. And then when they failed that one and tried to go on fourth, they were just 1 for 4 on fourth down. Boy, these two teams just averaged 3 yards per carry for Atlanta, 2.1 yards per carry for Tampa Bay. So it was a game that the quarterbacks had to take over. 2 interceptions from Tom Brady, one of them a pick six. Kyle Pitts, 7 catches for 68 yards. So Matt Ryan completes 21 passes, and 17 of those 21 passes went to Kyle Pitts or Cordero Patterson. Lenny Fournette had 95 yards receiving. Chris Godwin goes over 100 yards. Mike Evans contributes 85, so definitely spread the ball a lot more on the Tampa side. Couple of big sacks in the game for Atlanta. No sacks at all for Tampa. 11 tackles for Shaquille Barrett. So, folks, that looks like it. Looks like we're not going to hear from Dan in this game, and that's just fine. We always want to make sure everybody knows that you are under no pressure to come out here and join these broadcasts if you don't want to. So, again, your final score from Raymond James Stadium is going to be the Atlanta Falcons going into Tampa and upsetting them 31-21 to improve to 2-0. So a nice return for Dan Marin as he's got his Falcons out to a 2-0 start, and an 0-2 start for the Buccaneers And so clearly Vince is going to have some work cut out for him. And I'm sure he's up to his task. So we'll look forward to seeing that as well. So that's going to be it. We'll hopefully have more broadcasts, maybe tomorrow. And as my voice improves, I hope to bring you more broadcasts than I've been able to bring so far. So uh, thanks as always for being a part of the USFFL, and we'll see you next time.